Welcome to the Economist Word Spotlight. Have you ever wondered how just a few carefully chosen words can completely, transform your understanding of something as complex and fast-moving as the global AI competition?
Absolutely. Sometimes, the difference between just skimming an article and really getting it comes down to decoding the specific language the writers use.
Exactly. It's not just description. It reveals strategies, tensions, the whole direction things are heading.
Indeed. And today, we're going to shed some light on some really crucial terms from a fascinating article.
That's right. We're exploring an article from The Economist titled, "China is Quietly Upstaging America with Its Open Models." It paints such a vivid picture of how AI is evolving, and the language is just really powerful. Let's unpack this.
Sounds good. Where do we start?
Okay, let's dive in with our first word, megabucks. The article opens by saying, while American tech giants are spending megabucks to learn the secrets of their rivals' proprietary artificial intelligence AI models, in China, a different battle is underway.
Ah, megabucks. It immediately sets the scale, doesn't it?
It really does. It's not just a lot of money.
No, exactly. It's an informal noun, basically meaning a huge amount of money.
Wow.
We're talking millions, probably billions, Think of someone hoping their startup makes megabucks.
Right, big money.
Huge money. The opposite might be something like pennies or peanuts, like if you sold your old bike for peanuts.
Okay.
So in this context, megabucks really hammers home the massive, almost staggering financial resources these American tech giants are pouring into AI research.
It underscores the high stakes then, and the sky-high costs involved.
Precisely. It signals this intense capital-heavy race. It's not just spending, it's investing on an almost astronomical level, like you said, paving the future with cash.
And that kind of spending often leads to trying to protect the investment, which brings us neatly to the next word, often in the same breath, proprietary.
Yes, good connection.
The article mentions those rivals' proprietary artificial intelligence AI models.
Right, so proprietary. It's an adjective, and it essentially means privately owned and controlled. Think protected by patents or trade secrets, copyright. Basically, it's not open to the public.
Like a secret recipe.
Exactly. Like a company's new drug formula being proprietary. Competitors can't just copy it.
Okay.
The direct opposite, which the article gets into later, is open source. That's technology that's freely available for anyone to use, modify, share.
So proprietary here emphasizes the secrecy, the exclusivity of these Western AI models.
Yes, precisely. It highlights that closed-off approach, keeping the tech under wraps. It really contrasts with the approach mentioned in China, suggesting two very different cultures of innovation.
It's like building that high-tech fortress around your AI, saying, this is mine, all mine. A very different philosophy indeed.
Definitely. And it shapes everything that follows.
Okay, shifting gears a bit, the article then introduces a different kind of energy. It states, their competitive zeal should be a wake-up call for the West.
Zeal, that feels important here. Oh, absolutely. Zeal is a really powerful word. It's a noun. And it means great energy, enthusiasm, maybe even passion in pursuing some goal or objective.
Like really intense motivation.
Exactly. You might say volunteers worked with great zeal after a disaster. It implies a strong positive drive. The opposite would be, apathy or indifference, a complete lack of interest.
Right.
So in this context, zeal describes this intense, almost fervent drive of the Chinese AI firms. They're not just competing, they're competing with zeal.
It suggests this relentless energy, this push to innovate, might catch the West off guard.
That's the implication. It's warning that this intense focus and energy shouldn't be underestimated. It's a key characteristic of their approach.
It paints a picture of them running on pure adrenaline, pushing super hard to carve out their space. A real burning competitive spirit.
That's a great way to put it. It's not just business as usual, it's something more intense.
And what's really striking is how some of this is being achieved. Which brings us to our next word. The article mentions, in January, DeepSeek, a Chinese startup, rocked global stock markets by making available free of charge an advanced AI model it had developed on a shoestring.
Ah, Shoestring, another great contrast.
Right, from megabucks to shoestring.
Exactly. When you use it like that, on a shoestring, it's an informal way of saying with a very small amount of money, on a really tight budget.
Like making a film on a shoestring.
Perfect example. Yeah, like maybe a documentary made on a shoestring budget that still wins awards. The opposite is, a lavish budget or even Megabucks funding.
Okay.
So here, Shoestring dramatically highlights how DeepSeek managed this cutting-edge AI model despite having very limited financial resources. It really emphasizes their resourcefulness, their efficiency.
It shows that maybe innovation doesn't always need those deep pockets, those megabucks, to make a global impact.
That's exactly the point it's making. It challenges that assumption. DeepSeek's success on a shoestring suggests alternative paths to innovation are viable, perhaps even disruptive.
So they were doing it lean, but they still packed a huge punch. A testament to achieving big results with, well, humble means.
Absolutely. It sets up a really interesting dynamic in the global race.
And then, in almost direct contrast to DeepSeek's big splash, the article notes, in the same week, OpenAI unveiled the long-awaited and underwhelming GPT-5, its latest proprietary model.
Ouch.
Underwhelming.
Yeah, underwhelming. That's quite a critique, isn't it? It's an adjective meaning disappointing, basically. Failing to impress, or maybe just not living up to the hype or expectations.
It's like a movie sequel that everyone was excited for, but it just fell flat.
Exactly that. The opposite would be impressive or perhaps overwhelming, something that really blows you away.
So here it's saying GPT-5 was less exciting, less groundbreaking than people had hoped.
That's the sense it conveys, especially given OpenAI's reputation and resources. It suggests that GPT-5, despite being long-awaited, didn't quite match the anticipation. It failed to, really wow people.
It highlights that contrast, again, the closed but lackluster release versus China's open and impactful innovation on a shoestring.
Precisely. It reinforces the article's narrative about these differing approaches and their potential outcomes. High expectations met with an underwhelming result can feel like a real letdown.
Yeah, it's like that phrase, much ado about nothing, almost. When the hype is sky high, underwhelming hits harder, right?
Definitely. It raises questions about the effectiveness of that high-cost, proprietary strategy in delivering consistent breakthroughs.
Okay, so the conversation then shifts towards the advantages of these open models. Percy Liang from Together AI notes that the models spur different forms of adoption than proprietary technology. Spur feels like a key action word here.
It really is. Spur is a verb. It means to encourage something, to stimulate it, drive it forward, often making it happen faster or more actively.
Like trying to spur economic growth.
Exactly. Like a government policy designed to spur innovation in green energy. It's about giving something a kickstart. The opposite would be to hinder or stifle progress, slow it down.
So in this context, Spur is saying open source models actively encourage wider, more varied use.
Yes. Because they're open, they spur or trigger more diverse adoption and make it easier for lots of different people and companies to try things out, to build on them.
It highlights how openness itself can be a catalyst, jump-starting creative uses.
Absolutely. It shows how open source makes these models more versatile, more appealing to a broader range of users and developers, sparking that innovation engine.
It's like lighting a fuse, isn't it? Igniting this flurry of different uses. The open model itself becomes the spark.
That's a perfect analogy. It spurs a whole ecosystem into action.
And where do these spurred innovations actually happen? The article suggests they can be more easily adapted by companies, governments, and researchers to the nooks and crannies of individual use cases. Nooks and crannies, that's such a descriptive phrase.
It really is. It's an idiom. And it means all the small, hidden, maybe less obvious places or details. It suggests getting into every little corner, being really thorough.
Like searching the nooks and crannies of an old house for something.
Exactly. Or exploring all the nooks and crannies of a complex subject. The opposite might be thinking in broad strokes or only looking at mainstream areas.
So here it refers to all those niche, specific, maybe less common uses where AI could be helpful.
Precisely. The many specific, maybe even quirky individual use cases where an open source model can be tailored really effectively. Proprietary models might be too generic or too expensive for these nooks and crannies.
It emphasizes the flexibility then, that these open models can be adapted to fit even tiny specific needs.
Yes, it highlights their adaptability. They can be tweaked and fine-tuned for very particular jobs in ways that a big, monolithic proprietary system might struggle with.
So it suggests these open models can squeeze into every little corner of the business world, finding uses everywhere, almost like a chameleon adapting.
That's a great image. It implies a deep, granular level of customization and application that openness enables, reaching parts other models can't reach, you could say.
Okay, final word. If the models themselves are often free, how do companies make money? The article touches on this, noting money can still be made from ancillary services, including support with customization. Ancillary.
Right. Ancillary is key to understanding the business model around open source. As an adjective, it means providing necessary support to the main thing. Secondary, but still important.
Like, extras.
Kind of. Think about a hospital. Think about a hospital that has its core medical services, but relies on many ancillary services like the lab, radiology, maybe the cafeteria. They support the main function.
Okay, I see. The opposite would be core or primary services.
Exactly. So in the AI context, ancillary refers to all those services around the open source models, things like helping companies customize the model, integrate it, provide ongoing support or training.
So the model itself might be free, but you charge for helping people use it effectively.
That's the idea. It points to this whole ecosystem of support services that can be built around free, open technology. Even if the core AI is free, businesses can profit from these valuable add-ons.
It's a different way of making money then, focusing on the side dishes like customization and support rather than just selling the main course, the model itself. A clever strategy.
It is. And it actually incentivizes making the core model better and more widely used because that expands the market for those ancillary services. It fosters growth.
Wow. So, as you can see, these 8 words, Megabucks, Proprietary, Zeal, Shoestring, Underwhelming, Spur, Nooks and Crannies, and Ancillary, they really aren't just descriptive words, are they?
Not at all. They're like little keys, unlocking the deeper dynamics of this global AI competition.
Yeah.
They reveal the strategies, the tensions, the different philosophies at play.
Exactly. Understanding them helps you grasp not just what's happening, but why it matters. You see the different approaches, the high-cost, closed Western model versus the zealous, open, sometimes shoestring budget approach gaining ground elsewhere.
It lets you see the nuances behind the headlines, the real strategic currents shaping the future of AI.
It really does. And it leaves us with a big question, doesn't it? In this era where open source seems to be democratizing innovation, empowering even those on a shoestring, will the companies prioritizing openness and adaptability ultimately outmaneuver those guarding their proprietary secrets, no matter how many megabucks they throw at the problem?
That is the crucial question, I think. Will agility and openness trump sheer financial power in the end? It's something worth watching very closely.
Absolutely. Something to ponder as you observe the future of AI unfold. Thank you for joining us for this Economist Word Spotlight.
Hope it was helpful.
We hope these insights help you navigate the complexities of our rapidly changing world.